Now is a great time to book a SPORTSCAST with Varsity Media. What sets our SPORTSCAST apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
It's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media SPORTSCAST today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
From Gold Star Stadium, the Crimson have come down from Harvard with their number 4 ranking in the country to take on Marquette. It is elite college lacrosse here at Chaminade High School this afternoon, and it's all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Well, a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Dylan Butler alongside former UMass goalie
And a Delphi.
Brian Soper. And Soap, it is that time of year. It is actually feeling a little bit warmer out right now for some lacrosse. We love that we're kind of raising the curtain here on the Varsity Media Sports Network with our lacrosse coverage with a terrific college showdown.
Yeah, great venue here at Chaminade, Long Island, hotbed for lacrosse. 2 great teams here looking to compete. Harvard rising from 14-4 in the polls. Marquette looking to come and knock off a really good team. We're in for a great one here at Chaminade.
Weather beautiful today, but in the lead up to this, the weather outside was frightful. But the cleanup here at Chaminade was so delightful. For more about how they transformed this field into game ready, we welcome in the third member of our broadcast team on the sideline. It's Thomas Gamba.
Thanks, Dylan. This is pretty amazing that we're playing this game today after the weather conditions that we saw this past week. We had approximately 2 feet of snow on Monday, but somehow the Chaminade maintenance staff cleared all of it in preparation for this game. With the help of Wonderland Tree Service, a local landscaping service around here in Mineola, Bobcat, snowplows, some shovels, and some trucks, the Chaminade maintenance staff cleared all the snow for this game on Saturday. So make sure when you're watching this game to give props to all the hard men and women that did all the hard work to get this snow off of the field.
Great stuff, Thomas. And yeah, what unbelievable the job, Soap, that they did. Saw pictures from team practices yesterday, and I was like, how in the world is there no snow at all on the field?
Yeah, even in the background, right, did a great job. Looks like they're going to use some green lacrosse balls here to help the goalies out. But, yeah, hats off to the staff. Unbelievable job getting the field ready.
So Harvard, we said it before, number 4 in the country. They are 3-0 on the season, and they are coming off the biggest win in the program, biggest regular season win in program history, beating number 1 Syracuse. We bring you back to Jordan Field last week. Look at the scenes with the snow and the rip from Logan Ip. We are tied at 4.
Yeah, unbelievable job there. You see the feet inside. Right, here comes Cortez. Shoreham Wading River. Right, runs through a check. High corner. Unbelievable job. Tough man goal there for Harvard.
And now final minute, John Arndt beats his man. He's going to go to goal, right? Nope. Whoop. The pass, the shot, and the feed. And there is Cobry for the winner. And then it was all down to the celebration for Harvard in a huge win. Now, what we love about Harvard is the reaction off that win in the postgame and also since. So,
Yeah, Coach Byrne was like, we had like a healthy, muted celebration versus Cuse, right? We beat number 1, but they beat Cuse last year, but then Cuse got them in the first round of the playoffs, right? Harvard's looking to continue the 3-0 start and make this last and get into the NCAA tournament and get some victories.
Yeah, terrific start again for Harvard. 3-0 on the season. A couple guys that they'll be leaning on today. We'll dive in now to our players to watch for Harvard.
Yeah, Jack Spidell, right, 10 points on the season, 59 points last year as a sophomore, St. Anthony's grad, the U20 leading scorer, preseason Tewaaraton list, does it all for Harvard. Watch this goal coming up here. Does it in all different ways, right? Gets the little spidey sense right there with the finish, right? He rides, he does everything. Look at him inside here. I spy a lefty goal on the crease. Unbelievable job by him. Inside, outside, rides, doesn't matter. Spidell does it all. Sean Jordan, huge goal here to tie it up against Cuse, knocking off number 1, right? Says, yo, I'll take it myself, right to the rack. Bouncers will go, right? Jordan's 3 career goals for him. He's a riding, clearing machine for Harvard, and he is a captain of this Crimson team looking to go 4-0.
And make no mistake, Spidell, he's not just a crease guy. He does so much more, a better dodger than I think he gets credit for. So that's the story for Harvard. Let's take a look at Marquette. Man, they had a gauntlet of a start of a season schedule-wise. They take on Michigan. They take on Notre Dame. And they were in that game late in the third quarter against the best team currently in the country. They've bounced back. They've won 2 straight. They went to Cleveland State. They had a rally. They won that one, and then they beat Detroit Mercy. So this Marquette team has a little mojo right now coming to Long Island.
Yeah, a ton of respect by Harvard, right? Respecting their opponent. Coach Richard does a great job. He is Mr. Marquette, loves Marquette. He bleeds the Golden Eagles. He's looking to come to Long Island and pull off an upset today. 2
guys that Marquette will lean on today are our players to watch for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, we got Matt Caputo, senior, down the road, Westbury, New York, Lehigh, Long Island strong. The kid shoots the rock, one of the best shooters in the country. 21 goals last year. Look at this goal. Nothing but toughness. 1 guy, 2 guys, like a bowling ball, finishes the rock. 3 goals this year, 21 last year. And Peter Detweiler, are you kidding me? The senior short stick D-Midi, as good as it gets. A solo captain for Marquette. He's strong, he's fast, he's PLL bound. That type of talent from Philly, Conestoga, no doubt that he's tough.
Yeah, Aiden McGuire at Duke, probably in a class of his own right now in the college game in that position. But Detweiler is as good as any in the country at the short stick D-Midi position. So let's meet the starters now for both of these teams. First for the visitors from Harvard. Again, we said 3-0 on the season. As you see the captains here at midfield. And it starts up front. You've got Spidell, Teddy Malone, of course, his older brother TJ, former Penn State Rookie of the Year in the PLL. Nathan Cobry, who we saw score that winner. And then a really great first midfield line. If we mentioned Arndt and Andrew Perry. We showed you Jordan and his ability at the long stick. And then your close defense of Charlie Muller, Yost DeKoning, and Quinn Kelly. And in the cage for Harvard, it is the sophomore, Graham Stevens, a 2-year starter for the Crimson.
Yeah, five-star recruit, number 1 high school goalie coming out for his class. Pingree School, 6'3", 210. He's dropped 30 pounds, right? And he's quicker, he's faster, he's more agile. 6 ground balls versus Colgate. Coach Burns says it really helps them out in their ride game, him being so active, right? All Ivy tournament selection last year.
And then the head coach, there he is, the legend himself, Jerry Byrne. He is a Chaminade guy, a UMass grad, and this is very much a homecoming for him. For more about Jerry Byrne's return to Chaminade, we'll send it back down onto the field to our Thomas Gamba.
Dylan, 45 years ago, I'm not sure that head coach Jerry Byrne would have thought his life would end up like this He only started playing lacrosse in his senior year of high school when he was a student at Chaminade. And now he's in his 7th year as head coach of the Harvard Crimson, and he gets to coach a game at his alma mater. What a special moment for him and his family.
Awesome stuff, Thomas. And we take a look at the Marquette starting lineup as they are getting ready for the anthem. You see it's Brandt, Rappis, and Mullen up front. First midfield of Bear, Westfall, and Caputo. Long stick, Brad Johnson. Your close D of Nichols, Piriano, another one of our homecoming boys out of Hills East High School, Brady Nicholas as well, the sophomore defender. And then in the cage for the Golden Eagles. So it is Lucas Laws, the senior out of the Hill Academy.
Yeah, senior 5'8", right? A lot of shooters, right? They try to fight the law, but the law wins. He's explosive. He steals a bunch of saves in tight. Unbelievable job. 16 saves, career high versus Michigan. Had a great game against Notre Dame. The Horseheads, New York grad, right, is looking to make 20 today to lead the Golden Eagles.
And their head coach, you mentioned it before, he is Mr. Marquette. Jake Richard, class of 16, was an assistant coach for 8 years. Previously the defensive coordinator. He is now in his 2nd season at the helm at Marquette. So it is Harvard, it is Marquette. We are ready to go. We'll have our keys to the game in the opening face-off when we return on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
When you arrive ready for something good, you'll leave connected to something greater. Marquette University.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Help keep Varsity Media's broadcasts free on YouTube by considering an advertising sponsorship. Our coverage of local games helps local businesses get visibility in the community. To learn more about our sponsorship packages and rates, email Ben at varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
And a look at a packed house here at Gold Star Stadium. Both programs so really well represented from Long Island alums, and it's a big deal for both of these teams to play here.
Yeah, strong ties to Long Island. The Marquette fans were tailgating at the Cornerstone across the street. Long Island is synonymous with Harvard lacrosse. Jeff Cohen, leading scorer in history, Ferrucci, Devin Dwyer, right? So many great Long Island players at Harvard. well represented, and in this packed house, there's probably a slew of former players.
And you've got alums who work in the New York area as well, so it makes for a great spot. Listen, Jerry Byrne was like, we don't want to go to Wisconsin. How about we meet somewhere else? They thought of Philly, but this really ticked all the boxes. And the same really for Marquette. Jake Richard was here a few years ago when Marquette played over at MacArthur High School, and they had that big win over Penn State, which was ranked number 4, or I think 5 in the country at that time. So we spoke, of course, with both head coaches, and here's what they identified as their keys to this game.
Yeah, Marquette, they got to execute on the ride and clear. Harvard's a very good riding team. Marquette struggled a little against Notre Dame. They got to find their shorties and get it out. Limit transition goals and compete at the midfield. Strong senior-led midfield by Harvard. Marquette's got to match up. Harvard continued to get close to 50%. They faced off last year like 30%. Now they're at 50 and they're getting extra possessions. Handle the early offense and unsettled play of Marquette. It's a bit unorthodox. Byrne called it free feeding. Right? Doesn't matter what the situation is. They'll try to feed the crease. Riding and clearing. No easy outs. That's the Harvard mantra. They do not make it easy on you trying to clear the ball. And they do a really good job and emphasize those things.
So here we go, opening face-off, and the two guys who are in the circle. You've got Owen Umansky, the junior for Harvard, and Adam Slager, part of a triumvirate of face-off guys for Marquette.
Yeah, Slager from Wisconsin, 116 wins last year. And you got probably the biggest reason for 3-0 right now is Umansky at the face-off, getting extra possessions for Harvard.
Are you ready for lacrosse? We are, as Marquette. Off the jump by Umansky. They've got the opening possession. That's Bo Westfall. The junior from Salisbury School has made a big step up this year. And the officials just quickly stop things. I think a shot clock situation. But here we go. Brandt, and this is your downhill dodger. This is a bear of a man, literally.
Yeah, he's their party starter. He gets the offense going.
And talk about getting the party started. Marquette takes the 1-0 lead.
Matt Caputo, 31. We talked about him in the open. The kid scores goals, a homecoming for him. His brother Brendan, right, played at Chaminade, was a star at Brown when he went to the Final Four. Caputo likes his home cooking. Starts it off for the Golden Eagles.
What you love about Caputo is he shoots first, asks questions later.
That was a great line by Coach Richard.
So already the change for Harvard because of that violation. So it's Matt Barato.
Yeah, Caputo was, he did 2 years at Ohio State, transferred into Marquette, really making a name for himself, finishing his career strong in the powder blue.
So another violation, and it's, again, Marquette ball. Just underway here, Marquette and Harvard. Here's Carson Brandt. That is the guy that you've got to be wary of in that attack line. Again, Bear comes downhill.
Yeah, you see heavy initiation by Marquette from the midfield.
Brandt. The bouncer goes behind the net. In front, and that shot sailed wide. Possession, though, stays with Marquette.
Gotta love the offensive start for Marquette. 2 possessions, really spinning the ball, trying to find matchups.
Spinning behind X, that's Nolan Rappis, a graduate student, trade school in the fall. The dude is a plumber. Sidearm shot, and there's Bear. What a start for Marquette. They lead it 2-0.
Yeah, 6'2", 215. It's his 15th career goal by Jake Bear. What a great job finding an open man by Westfall. Almost made the goal fall there, Bear. Bink, right in the corner, paint it. Great start by Marquette.
Yeah, the question by Richard was, he was curious if they'd poll him, if Harvard would poll him. 2-0 start for Marquette.
Yeah, Harvard's known for their slide and recover defense. Coach Byrne emphasized it's not really so much about matchups for us, but the way that Marquette's been spinning the ball, right, they've gotten some good matchups and some open men. Westfall finding Bear there.
And how about the job early on, too, at the faceoff X by Slager. As now here's Caputo. When we spoke with Byrne, he's like, you know, we don't really go with matchups defensively. It's just sort of everyone gets that guy who's there. Here comes Bear again, coming downhill. He is a problem, turns the kick out. And it's Caputo again.
Yeah, you saw Sean Jordan there with a little cross-check hold there. What a great job by him stopping the momentum to the cage. Really impressed so far. 3-0 start with the on-ball defense by Harvard.
A bouncer goes in. All Marquette early on. As it looks like it was Tucker Mullen with the finish.
Yeah, 3 goals from 3 different guys. Tucker Mullen, right, UVA transfer, getting his chance at Marquette. Watch, gets underneath there, a little S-dodge, brings it back to his left. Mullen was no joke, man. Highly touted recruit, smart off ball, shows that he can score with the ball in his stick as well.
So Harvard calls the timeout and will take it with them as well. 12:15 left, first quarter. Marquette with the early 3-0 lead on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
There's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media Sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
Back here at Gold Star Stadium. Harvard an early timeout, Soap, as Marquette. They're winning faceoffs. They're getting everybody involved offensively. A quality start for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, this is Harvard's first road game, right? They've had three games at home. It's their first road game. Coach Byrne knew it would be a test of the culture of the program.
And our first flag is thrown as well, as Barato won that faceoff, was harassed, so the man-up unit for Harvard will be on at the next stoppage. And this is important, too, for Harvard, because we heard Byrne say we only faced off about 30% last year. Being closer to 50, as we mentioned, as one of the keys, also what they've been this year, helps the balance, right, of his defense and his offense.
Yeah, they get extra possessions. They're used to getting it by their ride. Now they're getting it on the face-offs and only leading to, higher goal scores. You see Detweiler there.
Here's Arndt. Hands off to Perry. Perry, a little shimmy, the feed in front, and there is the finish by Teddy Malone.
One possession, no problem for Harvard. Great job by Baraco saving this possession. This is a senior midfield that's loaded, and you got Teddy Malone. He's played every game in his Harvard career, the Haverford grad. Just unbelievable job finding space. 31 goals last year, as two-handed as it gets. What a great feed, great start. First possession for Harvard.
His 12th of the season, a much-needed goal for the Crimson. That penalty, by the way, was waved off. It was going to be a hold. So yeah, the assist goes to Perry, his third of the year.
Yeah, Perry, they call him Unc, right? He's one of the older guys on the roster. dealt with a labrum, double hip labrum injury. Just a dangerous athlete who started as a freshman versus Rutgers in that NCAA game.
Now ambush in for Marquette at the face-off X. Battling with Umansky. It'll be Marquette ball.
Yeah, ambush a sophomore. Really good athlete. He had a career-high 11 wins versus Harvard last year.
And again, here's your initiator. Bear coming downhill. Has a step. Lowers the boom. His shot goes wide.
You just see the physicality in which he dodges with. Lowered his shoulder there, gets some space.
Here comes Brandt to bring it back in. Richard calls him an animal. Rounds the cage. Kicks it back out. Here is Westfall. Likes the shorty matchup.
Yeah, that's a good shorty. That's Owen Guest, the senior from the Brunswick school.
Plays a little bit of a two-man game with Bear. He'll go to X. Ken always lowers the shoulder. He turns. The feed in front. Great save. Mullen had the shot. And a terrific save there by Stevens.
Yeah, Stevens is big, tall in there, right? Stands tall in there, makes a really great save. Mullen, you see how good he is off the ball, finding space. Tried it with the right hand there.
There's Teddy Malone. As now, here comes the Strong Island line. The second midfield of Jackson Green, Francisco Cortez, and Jack Peterson. That one rings off the bar. GB in front. Look at the scrum.
That's a run. Oh, pops out. Peterson.
Well, the officials say it was a crease violation, so we'll go the other way. You know what? One thing I love about this line of these three, obviously, look, they're all Long Island guys. How about this? You've got in Jackson Green and Jack Peterson, two guys in two of the biggest rivalry games in the country, right? Chaminade, St. Anthony's, the Woodstick Classic. They both scored overtime winners for their teams in high school in those games.
Yeah, both of them were tremendous. Peterson was the John Driscoll midfielder of the year for Nassau County. That's a big one. It's a big clear for Marquette. This ride for Harvard gives teams fits.
And that came out of necessity because you're losing 30% or you're only making 30% of your faceoff wins the last couple of years. So out of necessity, how do you get the ball back? Well, you ride.
Yeah, Byrne wants to keep, he's not looking, he wants to keep it at 50% this year. They'll be so much better if they can do that.
Here comes Andrew Bowman downhill, hands off. He's part of that second midfield line, which is comprised of a lot of converted attackmen and a couple of Canadians as well. Flag flies, so it'll be a delayed penalty against Harvard. And that might be waved off as well as Mullen gets his second.
Yeah, the attack for Marquette is really flying around. Mullen's been shot out of a cannon here on Long Island. He's a confident kid, right? He had 2-2 versus Notre Dame. Smart player, can finish with both hands. Great start.
And what a story it is for Tucker Mullen as well. Out of the Taft School, went to UVA, really never cracked the lineup there. Had a slew of health issues, including open heart surgery there a year ago. But now he makes a fresh change. He goes to Marquette, part of that attack line, and really doing a great job there.
Yeah, his personality just fit Coach Richard's ball club, and it's been great for him as a junior.
So Rapis picks up the assist. That is his second of this game. And Ambush wins that one cleanly.
Yeah, Ambush, if he can get rolling, right, you see what type of athlete it is. He adds just a different piece to this Marquette team.
And now Marquette continues. Here's Brohl Sherman, the sophomore out of Minnesota. Brother Raleigh played at Bentley. And back to Jake Bear up top. Bear, slide comes his way.
Yeah, great slide. That's Charlie Muller, 6'4", 225, Bullis School. 21 caused turnovers as a junior.
Rappis blew a tire, but recovered well. Rappis turns a corner. Rappis rings it off the bar.
Yeah, Rappis is from Wisconsin, 50 career goals for Marquette. All Big East preseason selection. Kind of the quarterback of this offense.
Caputo also off the bar. Rebound also off the bar, but this one goes in. 3 for a dollar, so
Tucker Mullen. Kids en fuego, on fire. Right, Caputo hits the pipe. Then Muller sticks it under the bar. Hat trick already for Tucker Mullen.
Came into this game, in their first 4 games, Marquette, with 6 goals. Something about maybe playing in Mineola has got him jacked up.
Yeah, there's something about scoring in this Harvard Marquette, right? Last year, 20-16. We're on our way to a shootout.
What a start for Marquette. 5-1, their lead.
It's about possessions, right? Harvard wants possessions, Marquette possessions. Right, Harvard's had one offensive possession, ended up in a goal, and the other one ended up in a pipe.
And now their second offensive possession. Spidell up top, as here comes Logan Ip.
Yeah, this is a senior, all 3 seniors on midfield. Ip, one of the best midfielders in the country. This line might be, if not one of the best lines in the country.
The feet in front. I think one of the defenders ate it.
But that handle by Spidell was insane.
And look at Detweiler the other way. Quick offense. That went in and out of a stick, and we have a crease violation against Marquette.
Yeah, you see what Detweiler brings to the table. What a great one-handed snag. You see his speed.
When we did that game a couple years ago, so at MacArthur High School, Marquette against Penn State, I couldn't tell you who scored those goals and who, I know who won, but the guy who stood out to me was Mason Woodward. Yeah, an absolute beast with the pole in his hand, and I thought I just saw one of the best college defensemen that I've seen, and now an assistant for Marquette and continuing on in the PLL.
Yeah, unbelievable talent. You know, look at his highlights from the PLL and the 6s, and complete insane. And a true Marquette guy, right? This staff has a couple Marquette guys. Coach Richard really believe in building something great at Marquette.
Spaldell took a hard shot. Cortez hands it off.
Yeah, you saw the on-ball defense there by Piriano, the Hills grad. Just an absolute on-ball master. That was a master class on how to guard a great attackman in Teddy Malone.
Yeah, and Piriano's a guy, too. He doesn't look the part, Soap, right? He's not like 6'4", 200, but undersized, but packs a punch, no doubt.
Yeah, he has like the, Gavin Adler type of like positioning. He's lefty. He's tough on the ball. He makes nothing easy. He's always on your hands.
Here is Brandt. Against Harvard last year, scored 3 straight goals, just took his guy to the rack. Did the same thing against Sean Light in the Notre Dame game this year.
Yeah, you see Callum McLaughlin out there, another guy home cooking, right? Ward Melville, freshman. Tremendous size, 6'2", 185. He's a stud athlete.
Yeah, they'll run 5 D-middies, Harvard. The slick pass, another one off the bar. Rappis this time.
Yeah, how about that pass by Brandt from Edina, Minnesota.
He swims to his left. Here comes Brandt. The bouncer goes wide. The backup wasn't there, so it will be Harvard ball. And the challenge for Brandt, right, is just to play a little bit cleaner, be a little bit more fundamental, but the skill set is there to be seen.
Yeah, I mean, he's physical at the goal line. He took Todd Light to the rack a couple times against Notre Dame.
Flag down against Marquette. So they will defend with the extra man.
Yeah, they got 7 guys on defense.
Here comes Cobry. Had the winner against Syracuse. Cobry! Low inside the far post. The sophomore out of Loomis, Chafee. A big goal for Harvard.
Yeah, just an accurate shooter, right? 3 goals against Cuse. He had 7 goals as a freshman. He's taking his game to a new level. That shot's next level, baby. Right, hitting the low corner. Unbelievable job right there. Who cares if they have 7 on defense? I'll snipe it anyway, says Cobry.
Cobry spent his summer up in Cambridge, in Harvard, working out. As a result, he took his game to a different level this year, and you could see it the way that he's playing as a sophomore, part of that starting attack line.
Yeah, from Loomis Chafee, unbelievable program. Rhode Island native.
And Umansky with the face-off win.
Yeah, you see he wins it righty, he's lefty, right, scoops it up.
Here comes Teddy Malone. So now maybe some momentum for the boys wearing white.
Yeah, Umansky's father, Alexander, played football down the road at the now defunct Hofstra football program, but probably went over to check out Schuett Stadium.
Our first look at Jared Masnick, the sophomore from British Columbia. A guy who could play both in the midfield and attack. Going GLE. That was Malone. His shot was wide.
Yeah, Masnick was an all-world player, U20. 17 points for him, super skilled sophomore for Harvard.
So Marquette gets the clear, and that was one of the concerns for Richard, especially when Harvard rides, is to get clean clears. It is coach cliche sometimes, but it is absolutely accurate in this showdown.
Yeah, Marquette loves to find their middies, right, and have them leg it out, especially towards the box.
Caputo feeds X. Quick ball movement inside the final 2 minutes of this first quarter.
Yeah, watch the physicality coming up on this dodge, especially if you can get the goal line, Brandt.
Little 2-man game there with Bear.
Right here.
Brandt looking, tries a fire low. Got eaten there by DeKoning.
Yeah, Yost on the post. He was unbelievable, said no to the post up.
Now it's Bear. Slide comes his way. Good feed by Bear. It's Mullen. He's the hot hand. This time tries to feed Caputo. And look at Stevens. That's...
Yeah, he had... I did a double take. I saw the stats, 6 ground balls versus, now I see why. But you saw him down there on defense. Burns said he's one of the best cover guys on the entire team. That's a first-line midfielder digging in on defense.
So now Harvard ball inside the final minute of the first quarter. A goal here would be massive, especially considering you started out in a 5-1 hole. Oh, that's the spot. Teddy Malone, his second.
Teddy ball game, right? He's always got a nose for the rock. You know, finds inside. Unbelievable job by Cortez. Great feed, finds Malone on the crease. He knows exactly what to do with it. Right, he may be the leading assist guy coming back, but he's as two-handed as it gets. Can finish the rock. The Malone family, they know lacrosse.
Yeah, Teddy Malone has played every game of his college career. His 13th of the year, and now it's 5-3.
Just a super smart player. Malone knows how to find space. And when he gets the ball inside, it's good night.
Umansky battles, the wing play, gets involved. and that's a win for Harvard. So you can likely get a final shot here for the Crimson.
Yeah, you said 1 goal would be huge. How about 2?
Here comes Muller. Charlie Muller thinking about it, feeds it instead. It got deflected off of Nicholas's stick, and it will be Marquette ball.
Yeah, Brady Nicholas, so just a sophomore from Loyola Blakefield. IQ, great stick.
And I think Byrne is arguing exactly the point I just said. It did take a deflection off of Nicholas's stick, so it should have stayed with Harvard possession. Regardless, Marquette doesn't get anything out of it. They just tried to send it to the length of the field. Will do so the other way as well. But what a fun opening quarter here at Gold Star Stadium. So it is Harvard with the lead, 5-3, and Marquette has dealt with tragedy this year. So, and for a little bit more about that, let's send it back down to Thomas Gamble.
Guys, it's been a tough 5 months for the Marquette lacrosse program off of the field. In early September of 2025, 2 of their players suddenly passed away in a tragic vehicle accident, Noah Snyder and Scott Michaud. In the aftermath of the event, a student athlete from the women's track and field team gifted head coach Jake Richard with some shoes that had silhouettes of both Noah and Scott painted on them. Coach Richard has gone above and beyond, implementing some rituals in the team huddle where one guy will yell out 43, which was Noah Snyder's number, and the rest of the team will respond with 88, which was Scott Michaud's number. It's really awesome to see the Marquette lacrosse program really keeping these players' memories in their minds as they fight on the field today against Harvard.
And back here at Gold Star Stadium, Dylan Butler, Brian Soper, our entire Varsity Media crew. 1 quarter in the books, and it is Marquette with a 5-3 lead over Harvard. Good action, Soap, from that first quarter from both teams. It was Marquette throwing the first punch, and then the counter coming from Harvard.
Yeah, Harvard, a little different, right? Being the hunted, right? Marquette's on the hunt, right? Looking to knock off the top 4 seed in the country. Unbelievable start by Coach Richard. Now he won Team USA gold, right? USA, right after the Olympics. Unbelievable job by him. Great defenseman in his playing days.
I think Richard said if we pull off this win, Varsity Media might be doing all the Marquette games. So maybe get ready for some trips out to Wisconsin for the weekends. So, some brats maybe?
Milwaukee.
It's another face-off win, and Umansky's starting to get into a rhythm here.
Yeah, Umansky was 13 for 27 against Mullen for Syracuse. You know, perhaps the best in the country. He's super confident.
And that was after struggling last year in those 2 epic games, right? 2 one-goal games. You win in the Dome in the regular season, and then that really tough loss. You lead for 55 minutes. You lose in the tournament. That's a save, and I'm not sure how much Laws knew about that ball coming back out.
Yeah, Laws 5'8", right? He's smaller, on the smaller side, but a great athlete. You see that explosive save. Just stole one inside. How about Spidell? He's just so imposing back there. 6'3", 190. Good shot, better save.
Yeah, the thing about Spidell, too, is Keith Weiserick, the St. Anthony's head coach. Get to that in a second, as here's Caputo, and he'll back it back up. He was always singing Spidell's praises. And think about it, too. He was on on an attack line that had Leo, right? Now it's Syracuse, and Duffy as well. But Spidell, you know, he would always be around the crease, but again, he does so much more. And even you mentioned that U20 Team USA, he wasn't even on that team in June, and all of a sudden he was the leading scorer.
Yeah, Coach Byrne was like, he's going to be your leading scorer, I promise, and he was.
Capito hands off. Here's Brandt. Ooh. Brandt goes low. Kick save and a beauty.
Yeah, Stevens, nice job. Closing his legs there, making the stop. Great confidence having a goalie back who had such 893 minutes played by Stevens last year, 10 wins as a freshman.
And this is part of his game, too, that's improved for Stevens. Dropped about 30 pounds in the offseason. Now more athletic, better reaction. He can get to ground balls quicker.
Yeah, really the backbone of this defense. And if you watch that Syracuse game, it was a master clinic defensively, Harvard, on how to give low-angle shots. I mean, Spallina himself had 12 shots, but they were at very severe angles.
Here comes Jackson Green downhill. Green, the lefty shot, and the finish. Hey, Jackson Green knows a thing or two about scoring goals at Gold Star Stadium.
Yeah, part of the St. Anthony's, two-time state champs. Had 8 starts as a freshman, 4 goals, 4 assists, healthy this year. Bingo, low corner, great shot, accurate. I think the Long Island guys like being back on the island. Creates some space, left-handed, finishes low and away. Marquette's buzzing offensively.
It is Green's first of the year. Has worked his way back, he said, from injury. And then it's 2022. We were at Hofstra when Green scored that winner against Chaminade in overtime to win another championship for the Friars.
Yeah, it was a big goal, right?
And at the time, you were like, look at all the guys that St. Anthony's has. Who scored it? But Green has stepped up big. So has Stevens there with a save. Quick outlet, and here comes Harvard.
Yeah, nice save, clean save, controlled the rebound. Marquette wanted to keep Harvard out of transition. Nice job getting back in the hole.
There's Teddy Malone, 2 already. He's got his man hung up there from X. But they're subbing, so they're going to take a little time here, as it is Arndt now.
Yeah, look at Logan Ip to start taking control. Preseason Tewaaraton watch list.
And Masnick back in again. He'll spin. Back to X. Malone.
Harvard loves to set those razor picks at the GLE.
Tough feed looking for Spidell. Good ground ball picked up, though, as this possession continues. There's the spin by Ip. And the feed in front. Spidell. Tied at 5.
Just a master class of how to play off ball. Just never stops moving. You see Logan Ip. Left-handed feeds to Creed. Spidell. That's a money spot for him. Just watch the quick release out of that spin. Whoop. Out of his stick. Accurate shot. Tie ball game.
Burns said that Spidell's spatial awareness is freakish.
Yeah, and Logan Ip, right, he's known for that roll dodge. You see how quick he comes out of that roll, looking to feed. Two-handed, right, fed that lefty. The Corona Del Mar, California product. One of the best midfielders in the country.
So face-off win by Marquette there after that scrum. Good job by Slager to come away with it. And now for Marquette, you've got to stop this Harvard momentum. It was all Marquette early. 5-1 was the lead, and 4 straight by the Crimson have tied this one at 5.
You know, Jerry Byrne about to get the back to Spidell was like, he's the highest IQ player I've ever coached.
Yeah.
He coached at Notre Dame, right?
Yeah.
He coached some greats, right? That's such high praise from one of the best coaches in the business.
There's Brandt. Here comes Caputo. A little shimmy, a little shake. Caputo turns back.
Kind of like a 1-4 look here offensively. 2 guys in the crease, stacked. You got Mullen and Rappis, 2 really good off-ball guys inside.
Caputo, an attackman by trade. Goes low to high, and Stevens again. That's like his 3rd big save here in this second quarter.
Yeah, 3 in a row, getting hot, right? Melting some of that snow that's still in the back.
And now it's DeKoning. Also played at Loomis Chafee.
Yeah, good job. Deep ride by Marquette. Good patience. You've seen, you know, Stevens not just saving it, but kind of the QB of that clear. That's really good to see, especially with a sophomore with so much poise.
And there's that first line again for Harvard.
You just see this Harvard offense. You can just feel their confidence. Every single guy moving.
Ip, the feed, the finish by Spidell. What a look. And the crease guy delivers. Harvard, 6-5.
Yeah, they just ran it back, right? The same pair, right? Ip goes left-handed. Spidell on that back pipe. Lefty to lefty, feed to finish. Just super impressive. This midfield of Harvard, you never quite know if they're going to shoot, pass, or move it. Coach Hutchinson running that offense. Triple threat midfielders.
6-5, the lead for Harvard. Timeout. Marquette take it with them now as well. You're watching it all on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Welcome to Marquette. We're going to head towards the Welcome to Marquette.
When you arrive ready for something good, you'll leave connected to something greater. Marquette University.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
And back here at Gold Star Stadium, it is Harvard now with 5 straight goals as the Crimson, the number 4 ranked team in the country, they've got a 6-5 lead. So,
yeah, Coach Richards got to be talking about that first midfield of Harvard. You know, Logan Ipps getting hot, all Ivy first team as a junior. You see how dynamic he is, and then you got guys like Spidell and Malone looking to finish the ball, and Cobry. It's kind of not fair.
So back-to-back goals from Spidell, from Ip has given Harvard the lead.
Those two might have shared some mozzarella sticks last night at Vincent's for the team meal.
Yeah, Harvard doing the visiting team thing. We've seen that a bunch, right? Where team meal at Vincent's there in Carl Place, where there is always a fantastic meal to be had. That is for sure. We see that in the NCAAs when teams come to Hofstra. That is the place to go. We've got a crease violation against Marquette. Not the thing you wanted off of a timeout.
Yeah, Harvard defense tough enough to beat, right? You don't want to beat yourself.
Ooh, dangerous one. Ground ball scooped up at least momentarily. Comes back to Marquette. Hey, that was Jackson Nichols.
Yeah, the sophomore from Portland, Oregon. Right, special. Coach Richard knows a bit about defense. Coaching Woodward and his brother Noah. This is the next great one at Marquette, Jackson Nichols.
But now there's that ride. It is now to Brandt, and it's Caputo. So they'll step in and get going here, Marquette.
Yeah, big possession, right? A little heat check, right? See if you can beat the big goalie Stevens, who's been on fire the second part of this first half.
Westfall's got the shorty. That's Finn Jensen. Here comes Rappis. Rappis fires wide.
Yeah, Rappis had 4 goals last year versus Harvard.
Brandt on the restart, pumps the brakes, cuts it inside. Brandt! Much needed goal for Marquette.
Carson Brandt is so tough on these goal line extended. 8 goals coming into this game. His vision, Coach Richard thinks he's a PLL type talent. You see there the physicality, lean in, inside roll, protect the stick, stay out of the crease. Kid's special.
Goal number 9 on the year for the junior from Minnesota.
Yeah, 22 and 12 last year, 77 career points for the Golden Eagles. He's not going to back down from anybody. He took obviously one of the best cover guys, Light. He loves that GLE spot. See a little inside roll there.
And Sean Light, Notre Dame, Seton Hall prep product. Again, the wings involved. We have a hold off the face-off. It'll be Harvard ball. Oh, actually, sorry. They pointed the one way. It was actually going the other way. A little bit of confusion. There's Sherman.
Yeah, it's just not April Fools. We're only in March.
Not even. Still.
We are? It's not March yet? No.
That's tomorrow.
Oh,
so
we're close.
Here comes Brandt. Shot goes wide, but again, another crease violation as Rappis landed in the crease. And now we'll see the Marquette ride.
Yeah, this is 19, Quinn Kelly, cracking the lineup for Harvard as a freshman, CBA grad, played club for Leading Edge. High IQ, great stick. Marquette says, I see your ride, Harvard.
Yeah, I'll raise you one.
Yep.
Westfall pushing his man out. So can Marquette take the lead back? As again, it is Brandt.
Kind of like inverting Brandt here, right? Putting him up top, used to seeing him behind.
Yeah, that's the spot we usually see Bear at, but now Bear is kind of playing traffic cop right now with Caputo and Brandt.
Yeah, you put Short and Jordan, right? Put some guys in some different spots to cover.
Bear, quick feed, low shot, another save.
Yeah, he got his paw on that one.
Jordan worked up behind, and now Harvard will attempt another clear.
Yeah, I think that was Caputo on the shot. Well placed. Now you see a goalie like Stevens, you're like 6'3", shoot down low, right? We've seen his ability to get low, make some saves with his feet.
So here is Ip. So the Strong Island line has kind of been broken up a little bit with some more time here for Cortez on this first midfield line. Here he is on ball. Cortez to the rack. Scored a huge goal. We showed you those highlights against Syracuse. He's not known collegiately to score goals, but certainly picks his spots.
Yeah, 34, good matchup with Jaden Castillo. 6th-year JUCO guy. Oh,
Spidell! A laser!
You gotta find him if you're Marquette. The man is dangerous. He's a loaded weapon inside. That release is wicked fast. How you doing? Right over the shoulder. Buzzed the tower.
So this is the first how you doing of the year. I love it.
Man, goalie nightmare, coaching nightmare. A guy like Spidell who can shoot it quick out of his stick, find space. You're afraid to slide.
So his 3rd of the game, 7th of the year. Harvard with a 7-6 lead. This is wrestling. You might call a stalemate here.
Is this any good, Dill? Long Island.
Maybe a little push by Ambush. And the ambush worked because Ty came away with it. Now Ambush. Thought he'd go for the Fogo goal, which you would check off of our bingo cards here. And back and forth we go. Caputo with the ball.
See Wyatt Wiggins out there at long stick midi, junior from Ontario. His cousin Brett Hayden was the 5th pick in the NHL draft, plays for the Mammoth. Hockey guys, Canada.
Second best to the U.S. as Caputo.
Yeah,
shot.
It's hard to tell what hand Caputo is, right? Lefty, righty, just.
Yeah, you check that all of the above
yeah.
box.
Backhand, sideways, kid just scores goals.
Brand to X. Bowman. Oh, an errant pass sailed over Bear. And a turnover here for Marquette. That's Harvard. Looking to extend their lead here.
Yeah, the clear went to Finn Jensen, senior.
Here's Jackson Green. Scored a big one earlier.
It looks like zone here. Marquette goes zone.
Spitting from X and finishing is Cobry.
Cobry's like, I see your zone, I'm gonna dodge it. Quick decision here, good job, they spin it to X. Cobry wastes no time, Bentley gets it to the backside. They're so good at drifting at X, right? Coach Byrne talked about it, watch at X, right? You don't stand still, right? He drifts, feeds out in front, gives him an extra step. That pass by Bentley allows him to get ahead of steam and beat the rotation by the zone of Marquette. Cobry's just a sophomore feeding off of the senior Malone.
Yeah, Cobry's second of the game, 9th of the season. 8-6 the lead for Harvard. Another face-off win for Ambush. Took a high check and a flag will fly. So a man-up opportunity. Might have our first of the game. Every time they throw a flag, though, a team finds a way to score.
Yeah, we got 14 goals, but no short on scoring in this first half.
So free possession now for Marquette. It is Westfall. And now it's Bear. This is the guy you want coming downhill. If you are somewhere in the woods of like Pennsylvania and you see a bear coming downhill, you run the other way.
Yeah, Big East all academic as well. So Bears got some brains.
And that shot was wide, so we will have a first man-up opportunity as the officials converse. And we'll get the call momentarily.
Yeah, man up has a few Canadians on it for Marquette. You see Andrew Bowman, senior from British Columbia.
And let's get the call from field level.
You got it. Fouls on White, 1-2, cross check, directly to the head, 2 minutes full time. We're gonna take a look at it.
So they are gonna review this. It was a cross check to the head. So the initial call was locked in for 2 minutes. So they're gonna check the iPad.
Timeout on the field.
I'm not sure if we have the ability to get that one back, so we could take our own look.
It was right off the face-off win by Ambush.
Yeah, it was before this. It was a quick review.
Direct contact to the head, full time.
They confirmed that call. the officials, and it didn't take them long, so that's 2 minutes locked in.
Yeah, Marquette's 25% on the year on the man up.
And there's the look right here off the face-off.
Watch the head.
Yeah, that was the initial contact. It didn't go shoulder to head, it went straight to head.
Yeah, that'll get you 2 and locked in every time. So 25% for Marquette on the man up. Man, would they love to get one, face it off, get another one.
Yeah, locked in, so they can score at will here in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, you have Caputo out there, Bowman.
You mentioned Canadians, there you go.
Yeah, Mullen and Bowman starting in the crease. They're not going to end up there. They're going to pop.
Here's Westfall at the top.
There we go, a little wheel action.
Bowman goes low, and Stevens with the save.
The last line of defense, the goalie, 56.
And that might be the same penalty there. A cross check up high.
Yeah, watch Stevens in the clear. So confident.
And here comes Jordan. Almost a little yard sale action.
Yeah, nice check by Colin Maloney, just a freshman from Mass.
So might this one be reviewed, as the officials will confer. It was a cross check up high, and we'll see what they have here.
Fouls on blue, 1, cross check to the head, 1 minute full time, we will review.
Yeah, so the same idea. This is cross check to the head, 1 minute locked in, and again, they'll review this. We will as well, so.
Yeah, great job, right? Man down, a little slow to rotate, but there's Stevens to save the day. And again, watch the head. Keep your eye on the head.
And that call is confirmed. So this will be 1 minute locked in on that cross check to the head. So we'll be even up here. I think on that initial penalty by Harvard, that would bring you down to, I think, like 12 seconds left in this one. There's a minute 26 left in the quarter.
Good job by Harvard. They fell behind against Syracuse as well very early in that game, kind of dug themselves out of it. Great job by the man down unit to get a stop.
So we will play 5-on-5 lacrosse right now. And you can see too by Richard's reaction, thought it went chest and then up, but I think when he sees the replay, might think differently. So 5-on-5 we go, and that shot went wide. Ground ball picked up by Cobry.
Yeah, you saw Arndt go to the cage, right? He's the Ivy Offensive Player of the Week. You see why with his speed.
Yeah, they swept those awards, did Harvard, after that big win against Syracuse. They had played the #1 ranked team in the country 14 times prior. They lost all 14 games, not last Saturday. And there's a finish in front by Arndt.
You heard us talking about him. Just, you know, the Michigan native, right? High school quarterback. Great vision, great IQ. Had his breakout year last year as a junior, right? 15 goals, 11 assists. That's his 5th goal on the year.
And you go back to that last play, and we showed it to you before in that Syracuse game. Arndt beats his guy, goes to the cage. What an unselfish play not to take the shot. Something that Jerry Byrne was super impressed with.
Yeah, the Brighton, Michigan native in high school is a 2-time All-American. He's still the school's all-time leading scorer.
And Spidell picks up the assist. So for Arndt, his first of the year, first of the game, his 5th of the year. the former high school quarterback. Final 45 seconds. And Harvard thought they might have a chance there, but it was a ground ball that ended up scooping into Brandstick.
Interesting here, how much time left in the foul? Do you want to hold it for a possession?
Well, it should bring it down to about 12 seconds.
Okay, so then they got to go to the rack.
And what do we have here? A conversation among the officials. And it'll be Harvard ball. And now things change.
Yeah, 18 seconds, plenty of time. See Cobry coming out of the box.
Now you're a man up for Harvard. Final 5 seconds. GLE. The feed. Spidell saved. He goes BTB, but Laws says no.
Yeah, that would have been electric. Great stop by Laws, keeping it at a 3-goal deficit for Marquette. Great start by Marquette, better finish by the Crimson.
So Harvard with a 9-6 lead. Let's send it down to the field level with Harvard head coach Jerry Byrne.
Thanks, Dylan and Brian. I'm here with head coach Jerry Byrne of the Harvard Crimson. Coach Byrne, you're here at your alma mater. You've just coached a half of lacrosse. What are the emotions going through your mind right now?
Listen, the emotions right now is that Marquette's played great, came out and kicked our tail for the first 20 minutes of this game, and we finally woke up. So I think once we started clearing and playing a little bit better one-on-one defense, we were able to get some possessions.
Well, I know you're a Chaminade guy, but two St. Anthony's guys really helped you out in that second quarter. Jack Spidell with a hat trick, Jackson Green with a goal. What did you see from them in that second quarter?
Listen, when you're coaching, you don't really care what high school they went to, but I'm glad they're playing really well. And, listen, they're fired up. They played some great games on this AstroTurf, and so I'm glad to see that they're playing well again.
And Marquette's been a feisty team this year. They battle with Notre Dame and Michigan, two top-ranked teams in the country. What is your message to your team as you go into the locker room up by 3?
Listen, once we stopped violating at the face-off and cleared a little bit better, we were able to get some possessions on offense and not tire out our defense as much as we did the first quarter.
All right, thank you so much, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Thanks. Dylan, Brian, back to you.
Thanks, Thomas. Thank you, Jerry Byrne, as he will sprint to the Chaminade locker room with his side leading 9-6. Soap, I don't know how hungry you are, but the tailgate was on at the Cornerstone, and we will have our own food review. Where are you, over there somewhere? Soap, I'm looking for you.
Soapy like wingy. Wing review coming up.
It's all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Welcome back to Gold Star Stadium. It is halftime here of Harvard and Marquette, and it is the time, I think at least, everybody was waiting for. I'm pretty safe in my assertion that this is a world-famous food review that we do here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. I haven't heard otherwise, so I'm going to go with that. So, world-famous, and everywhere we go, people want to know, what are we eating, what are we trying, what's on the menu? Does Soap have a chef hat? The answer to that last part is no.
I tried to find a wing hat, couldn't get here in time for Amazon, but I'm here right across the street, Cornerstone, best wings.
Yeah, so let's pop that in. This is who we're going to review today. This is Cornerstone of Mineola. It is an errant low to high shot away from Gold Star Stadium, right there on Jericho Turnpike, 288 Jericho Turnpike. It is your game day headquarters in Mineola. The crowd shows up loud and ready. They've got wall-to-wall, big screens, 27 of them, so you never are stuck watching from the corner. They've got cold draft beers flowing all game long, plus a strong Irish whiskey lineup. Wings, burgers, shepherd's pie, fish and chips. This is real food. This is not just bar snacks. It is perfect for NFL Sundays, March Madness, NBA playoffs, hockey nights, the lacrosse game on the Varsity Media Sports Network, whatever is on, they've got it. Big game nights, rivalry games, they bring serious energy. It is the ideal meetup spot for fantasy leagues, watch parties, post-work kickoffs. It is true neighborhood vibes. You are guaranteed to run into somebody that you know right here at Cornerstone. So listen, wings are important in the sport of lacrosse on the face-off, right?
It's Americana, right? Wings, football, lacrosse, and it's just unbelievable that it's so close right here, still hot and steamy in the containers.
I could tell that he's hungry because he wasn't even getting what I was saying with wing play and wings.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, face-off wings.
Let's dive in. So what do we have here? We've got on your side, let's see if you can pop this up for our screen.
These are hot, right? You see the chili flakes, right? Unbelievable. Right, that's the barbecue, world-renowned barbecue at the Cornerstone. Those are some mild buffalo for you. Just you can mix flavors if you want. You can go honey barbecue, mix it with the hot, the medium. Unbelievable, the best in the biz. Normally, I'm like I'm a Cornerstone Sunday regular.
Yeah.
Right, wings for days. Just can't wait. To bite into these at halftime here at Gold Star Stadium.
So why wait? Let's dig in. What are you going to go for the hot?
I'm going to go hot. I'm usually not a hot guy, but the Cornerstone hot just pops in your mouth right with the flavor.
Here we go. Look at this right here. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm going to put my mic up. I don't know if you did that or not.
Yeah, it's too late.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's hard to find a crispy wing, right? These are really crispy. They're not too big, right? You can eat a whole plate full like I did last night maybe. But unbelievable, right? The buffalo wing introduced, right, in Buffalo, right? The wing perfected at the Cornerstone in Mineola. They do a heck of a job.
Yeah, I like that. You have the wing is juicy, and you've got the like you said, the crispiness as well.
They're so crispy, yeah.
Really well done.
Right, I'm going to go for a barbecue here.
Go for it.
Why
Listen,
not?
you have to.
Two, right?
I love when soap goes for extras.
Yeah, you can just hear the crunch, right, come through the microphone. All right, just unbelievable. Rare to get that in a wing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there, I know. You search around, wings, right, you try to find the best, right? One-stop shopping here, any flavor you want. I just got the coating of that heat, right? Unbelievable, just like the lacrosse action here, hot here at Gold Star.
So our buddy Hungy, he's out in San Diego. He's enjoying his morning coffee. I suspect he would give us a thumbs up right now, right?
There's nobody in the planet that won't give 2 thumbs up. There's Hungy. We have a kid in the game from Carlsbad, right? Coach Hungerford. Best wings, right? Marquette has a tailgate over there right now. Get yourself over the Cornerstone, right, for NFL action. There's a bridal shower, baby shower over there right now. Book the Cornerstone. Get as many wings as possible.
Absolutely. Again, that's Cornerstone of Mineola right here, 288 Jericho Turnpike. More of Harvard Marquette when we return on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Back live from Chaminade High School, Thomas Gamba joined alongside the athletic director of Chaminade High School, Mr. John Honerkamp. And Mr. Honerkamp, through the first half so far, what have you thought of the atmosphere and the environment here at Chaminade High School?
It's a great crowd. It's electric feeling. I think everyone's a little stir crazy from all the snow, so it's almost too warm out here. So careful what you wish for. But no, it's just a great day, and we're excited to be hosting.
Yeah, it's been awesome so far. So how did this event come together from an athletic director's perspective? This is just a great scene today.
Yeah, so after last season, Coach Byrne, class 82 from Chaminade, gave us a call and said, hey, can we play here? Now, last year we put in shot clocks, which helps. I know our field's a little smaller than regulation, but both teams agreed to it. So Coach Richards from Marquette, Coach Byrne from Harvard, we got on a phone call and we said, let's see how we can make this happen. Now the 2 feet of snow times 2 was not in the cards, but we made it work.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome what the Chaminade maintenance staff did. We spoke about that earlier, and I wanted to ask, could this be a stepping stone for possibly more college events being played here at Chaminade High School?
I think so. I mean, obviously working out the kinks here, and obviously first run through. But again, as you know, Lacrosse on Long Island is a hotbed, so there's a lot of interest from this area. So colleges coming here on Long Island to play games, and we're happy to host. And again, it's good for us to get people on our campus and to see a great spectacle like we have today. So I think it's a win-win all around.
Well, I sure really hope so. This has been an awesome atmosphere so far, and we'll go to break. Make sure to stay tuned here for the second half. Who will they play? Harvard.
Gaffney, he shoots, he scores! Owen Gaffney has tied the game!
You've seen the dedication, the long hours, the early mornings, the sacrifice. You know your athlete has what it takes, but how do you make sure the right people see it? The recruiting process isn't easy. Coaches are flooded with highlights, but how do you stand out in the crowd? At Varsity Media, we specialize in creating game-changing ISO videos, high-definition, athlete-focused footage that highlights exactly what college recruiters want to see. With our up-close ISO video, we capture your athlete's key moments. No more wide angles showing other players. This is just your athlete's pure, raw talent. This is more than a video. This is the opportunity your athlete deserves. Give your athlete the edge they need. Make the right impression with Varsity Media's ISO video service. The future starts now.
Back here at Gold Star Stadium, just about set for the start of the second half. Dylan Butler, Brian Soper, our entire Varsity Media crew, as we take a look at some first half stats as the boys from Marquette make their way back onto the field. Soap, and listen, if you wanted to clear the ball well, that's what Marquette certainly did. And also, there's that face-off issue with Harvard that they've been worried about.
Yeah, Coach Byrne mentioned it at halftime, right? The violations to start the game was not what the recipe he was hoping for, but they really regrouped. And Harvard got some great goaltending by Stevens, 6 saves, right? Marquette's winning the ground ball war. They're clearing it. That was a big emphasis for them, but 9-6 scoreboard lead.
Yeah, you see that you mentioned the ground balls, the saves, some big ones as well. So just about set for the start of the second half here. You see the crowd here at Gold Star Stadium, packed house. Parking, Soap, was at a premium today.
I got here early. I was at the Cornerstone before the game. Checking out the scenes. It helped that the Chaminade lacrosse team finished practice when we were pulling in, right, to open up some nice spots for us.
Yeah, appreciate it. Let's send it down to Thomas Gamba with what Marquette has talked about here.
Dylan, Brian, thank you guys so much. I spoke to Coach Richards at the halftime break. He said it's going to be hard to stop this Harvard offense, but his guys got to get inside the play, and he likes what he's seen from the face-off X. He's hoping for a good second half after a great start in that first quarter, and unlike Notre Dame and Michigan, he hopes his team can upset number 4 Harvard. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Thomas. And yeah, that's the story, right? They've been in these games. They battled with Notre Dame. It was 9-9 in the third quarter, and what happened? A turnover, a failed clear, and Notre Dame, listen, they are elite. They're going to capitalize on those chances. So Ambush, he's been the guy. So that'll be a push in the back against him. So Harvard will get the first possession of the second half.
Yeah, Ambush, just under 50% for his career, 60 career wins. Yeah, but when he gets hot and rolling, Marquette likes to stay with him.
Yeah, we said at the start, a triumvirate for Marquette. But it has been Ambush who's kind of led the way, and leading the way for Harvard has been Spidell. How about number 4 for number 4?
Yeah, great job by Andrew Perry, the senior from Franklin, Mass. See him come out, that dodge, pop Spidell. No corner is safe with number 4.
What a homecoming for Spidell, the former St. Anthony star. He's got the Crimson up now 10-6.
Yeah, it was all Ivy's second team last year. Might be moving up on that list with the start he's having to his junior campaign. A captain on this Harvard team.
And so if you think about the players who have come out of St. Anthony's, right, some ridiculous names, he might put himself up there as one of the best. Off the face-off win, that shot goes wide by Guest.
Yeah, Guest, had 8 goals in his career, was looking for number 9. See his speed, very good on-ball defender.
That's a question that I ask Weisrick, I feel like once a year, and I think he hates it because I ask him for the Mount Rushmore, and that is nearly impossible for him to answer.
The midfield is so dangerous for Harvard because they can shoot it and they can feed it equally.
Teddy Malone spins it, the bouncer. That goes wide, the backup was there for Harvard.
Yeah, Coach Hutchinson does a great job with this offense, giving them space to create. Just a really unselfish offensive team.
Here's Arndt, the epitome of unselfish. Up to Malone. Malone, space. That heat seeker.
Yeah, it didn't miss by much. Coach Richard really liked this matchup, with Piriani.
Here's Cobry. I'll tell you, the sophomore, man, he plays like a Canadian, right? Like, he doesn't need a lot of time and space. Oh, that one. Great turn by Arndt.
Yeah, a lot of the Harvard, you talk to the kids all the time about being two-handed. These Harvard players are really tough to defend because they are so two-handed.
Now you dump it in the corner to set up the ride.
And the Harvard offensive players do a really good job of changing speeds on their dodges.
Oh, look out. You're trying to go pole to pole across the field. So turnover Marquette.
Yeah, just relentless, right? The ride puts so much pressure on you. Spidell.
And here's Cortez.
A lot of times you see pressure nowadays is with a 10-man, right? They do a really good job pressuring, and Stevens is still in the goal, kind of a 9.5 type pressure ride where they get deep. Marquette goes zone.
Malone. Cortez picks it up off the ground.
Yeah, deceptive pass there by Malone.
Here is Peterson. He wears that number 32 jersey just as he did at Manhasset for the late, great Johnny Driscoll.
Yeah, and he won Driscoll Midfield of the Year award. How about Driscoll was a teammate of Coach Bird's brother, Steven, at UVA, was a teammate of Johnny Driscoll.
And what a player Steven was, right? 3-time All-American. And who did he play for at Division?
Jack Moran, his JV coach.
That is crazy, that sort of that family tree almost, right, of all those legendary names on Long Island.
Levittown.
A goal desperately needed. Brandt with the finish.
Yeah, Brandt catches Stevens a little off guard there with his right hand. Brandt's he's a complete attackman. He's fast, he can shoot it, he has vision. Right, you see the right-handed snipe there by him. You know, Coach Richard has challenged him this year to play a little bit cleaner, right, to tidy up his game because the skill set is off the charts good. PLL might be in the future for Carson Brandt.
10-7 the lead for Harvard. Back to the faceoff acts, and this is the plus right now if you are Marquette, because Ambush has been winning these. Stays on, Ambush. Nearly lost it. Kicks into the corner.
Smart play, man. Those faceoff guys are crafty with the underhand shovels, getting out of pressure.
And here is Brandt again last year in this game, up at Jordan Field. Took his guy to the rack 3 straight times for 3 straight goals.
This is a big possession for Marquette.
That's a big dude coming downhill there. It's Bear.
Yeah, it's Finn Picorni on the ball. Darien, 6'2", 190, number 9.
Yeah, talk about a great lacrosse family for Finn Picorni.
Yeah, brother Brady's at Notre Dame. Brother Cam played at Washington and Lee.
And his sister is currently at Darien. Cameron, she's a senior, a UVA commit.
Yeah. Stevens was like, you might get me once, Brandt, from the outside, not twice, right? Shuts the door for the Crimson.
How did the Picorni family handle all of that travel on a weekend? That's why I think the Spalinas largely have it right? Everybody in one spot, except for Alexis. She's down in Clemson, but everybody up at Syracuse. Here comes Malone.
Again, zone for Marquette.
Edax, that's a great look and a great finish. There's that man again, Jack Spidell.
It's all set up by Jared Masnick, the sophomore. Look at this slick pass to beat the zone. Spidell's made a living there, his 5th goal of the game. Look at him, sets up. Right, go high, then he goes 5-hole. 5th goal, 5-hole.
He had 4 goals in Harvard's first 3 games. What a homecoming. Maybe Byrne might say, listen, can we play more games on the island?
Yeah, had a great sophomore year, 59 points. Confidence is sky high. Just looks different, right?
He bigger too.
Yeah, the tights.
What a tough face-off win that was. As it is Ambush, and he's ambushed himself.
Yeah, we highlighted Sean Jordan in the open, right? He is a ride and clear guru.
And there he is on the ball. Smart decision, right? Let's just roll it to Spidell and get this offense started again. Great job by Sean Jordan, number 52.
Yeah, 2nd team all New England as a junior. Experienced.
Now the first midfield line on with Ip.
Yeah, you see Masnick, right? He's finding a role, right? Midfield, attack. Got the look, the slick stick.
The feed, oh my goodness. That nearly knocked the ball, or knocked the net off. That shot by Spidell.
Yeah, right side, left hand, right hand, doesn't matter.
Here's Masnick.
Yeah, back to man.
He's got Jaden Castillo.
It's a good matchup here.
Spidell to X. Little shimmy, little shake by Cobry. Same by Ip. The feed, downhill, shot wide by Masnick.
Yeah, great job by Ip. You see him lead him there with the pass, but we're seeing some good on-ball defense, right? Jackson Nichols.
Here's Arndt on the restart.
Piriano can really guard, man. Number 8.
Split dodge, the bouncer. High bouncers usually go, but that one over the net. They'll reset the shot clock.
That's a tough guard, man. You have a freshman Maloney guarding Malone, the senior, who's so good at getting to the middle of the field. Hayden Hiltz out there at short stick D-midi, sophomore, another Hill Academy guy.
The feed up top. Ip! Logan Ip!
Hip array for Harvard. Anytime the ball is in the stick of this young man, it's dangerous. Goes to his left hand, buries it down low. Kid does it all. Ridiculous on ground balls, two-way offense. We saw him play defense where he's a lockdown defender. Man, you get hard to find, any middies that are better all-around game than Logan Ip.
Yeah, that roll back with both hands, really strong legs from the senior out of Corona Del Mar.
Yeah, 52 career goals coming into this game. Preseason Tewaaraton watch list, a captain for Harvard.
It's 12-7 to lead, the Crimson looking for more. And it's the strong Island line.
This is a great matchup here.
Malone spins. Malone pumps the brakes. He goes to X. Chasing him there was Piriano. BTB, that was Cobry with the shot. Look out. Bringing the hammer was Connor Shanewetter.
Sophomore from Boys Latin laying the boom.
So reset the shot clock here off of that one. An extended possession here for Harvard. Perry. Cortez out of Shoreham Wading River. Feeds to X. Went off the shoulder there of Jackson Green, the turnover, and here comes Marquette. That's Brad Johnson. And here is Brandt.
Yeah, Brad Johnson Jr., Calvert Hall, really great cover guy. You see his legs there in the open field.
Marquette needs a goal here. And it's Rappis. Couple of assists for him, Brandt with a couple of goals. Working on Koenig. Brandt to his left, feeds, tough one inside to Rappis, lost control. Muller tries to save it. And where are we going? It'll be a discussion among the officials. I thought it was going out already, and I don't think Muller needed to touch it, so.
Yeah, it was kind of a force inside by Marquette. Really good slide by Yost de Koning, lefty from Denver.
So they're going to put 33 in the shot clock. We heard, too, from Jake Richard, right? It's a great start for the Marquette program. You know, you look back, you know, their first game was back on February 23rd in 2013. So not that history of Harvard lacrosse, right, of 100 years. That was a loss to a ranked Ohio State team. Joe Amplo was the head coach at the time. They've made the tournament a couple times. They won a couple of Big East championships. They beat some big dogs, Denver, a few big wins. And that's what Richard wants to get back to, that consistency of being an elite team.
Yeah, 2025 Big East Coaching Staff of the Year. 2016 is when they won the Big East, got to the NCAA. You know, Richard was like, you know, listen, we're known for our tough, scrappy, this and that, but we want to be winners, right? We want to get W's.
He wants to play in these games and not say the underdog won.
Yeah, beat good teams.
Shot clock down to 4. So you're gonna have to get something quick. They will not. It'll be a shot clock violation against Marquette.
Yeah, it's kind of like how the Harvard defense got their groove back, right? You don't have to play defense every possession. They're well rested. They got a hot goalie in the middle of the second quarter there, and the defense is absolutely locked in, as you would expect from a Jerry Byrne-led defense.
There's Muller. What a game he had last year against Marquette. 3 caused turnovers, 4 ground balls.
I just love how Stevens is like the QB of this clear, finding those shorties. Very accurate on his passes. Zone look again by Marquette.
Here's Ip. And you're seeing a little bit change up here with the lineup as Peterson.
Just watch how they throw guys open. There's no standing. Feet are always moving.
Cobry back to Peterson. They move it to Malone. Malone trying to get topside. Took a hard check.
Good job by Colin Maloney.
Peterson, trail check. That was Detweiler. But the ground ball picked up by Harvard. And there's the finish. Marquette thought they were going the other way. They'd have the ball. But Harvard said, no, sir.
Yeah, no easy outs by the Harvard. They ride it back. Spidell used to get finishing. Now he feeds it, finds John Arndt. Arndt gives him a salute, says, thanks, buddy.
13-7 the lead for Harvard. We take a break here. You're watching this all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Back here at Gold Star Stadium in Mineola. 3:44 left in quarter number 3. And it is a 13-7 lead for Harvard over Marquette. We mentioned the championship history for Marquette, but how about Harvard? They've appeared in the NCAA's 8 times, which includes last year that tough overtime loss to Syracuse. Ivy champions 4 times. They made the trip back to the Ivies. Now remember too, it's not like 8 teams make the Ivy League tournament, so you got to be top 4, and they did make the trip back there last year in that 10-5 season, losing in the semis to Princeton. It was their first appearance in the Ivies in 9 years.
Yeah, Ivy lacrosse is no joke. Look at what Princeton's doing. They're on a hot streak. Harvard's rolling.
Yeah, you had Cornell right #1 in the country last year.
Champions.
National champions. Yale. So, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, UPenn's playing real tough, right? New coach, Coach Ray.
Yeah, coming out of St. Joe's in Philly. Here's Masnick.
Coach Shea has a young and hungry Yale team.
Cobry up to Malone.
Yeah, again, zoned by Marquette. The tough team to zone with their stick skills.
Even that pass by Spidell whipped across. It took a deflection, so it'll stay with Harvard. And I think they'll get a shot clock. It had reset, but I think they'll work this one down because the possession never changed.
Yeah, Harvard doing a good job, being very patient against the zone, winding down that shot clock. 6-goal lead, right? It's going to be tough for Marquette to continue playing the zone. Going to have to start to take some chances.
So they'll wind that shot clock down. It was 40-something, I heard him say. 43, so there we go. We're on the number.
43-88.
As here is Ip. Works off the screen. Great ball movement. BTB for Spidell.
I spy a 6th goal. I spy an ESPN top play highlight.
Harvard goal, his 6th of the game.
6th goal, and that to 2 assists. Goalie Lucas Laws, like, are you kidding me? That defies the laws of physics.
Spidell's 6th has Harvard doubling up Marquette right now, 14-7. Teddy Malone picks up an assist on that one.
Just patient, right? They get the Marquette zone moving. It opens up some soft spots inside. And with Spidell's IQ.
And now Umansky, clean win. And that shot.
Great save by Laws, right? Top hand, bang, right, comes across. He's known to steal a few in each game. See that explosive top hand by him. Now here comes the hard part, clearing against the Harvard ride. Just 2 guys down there with that pressure.
This is where you would think you'd have a Detweiler, right? Just maybe leg it out. But he is doubled and dispossessed. Spidell hunts the ground ball. Spidell still after it, dives for the ball. And now it's a scrum. A failure to advance against Marquette. And Harvard possession. All Crimson in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Marquette knows a little bit about pressure, right? Shaka Smart, the basketball coach, right? A little press by Harvard in their ride. They lock everyone off, and Spidell and Cobry do a great job. 2-on-3, riding the back half of that. Just an unbelievable pressure ride by Harvard.
Inside the final 2 minutes, here comes Masnick downhill. Spinning, Cortez to X. Cobry, the kick. Masnick switches to his left. Good defense there by Marquette. And here comes the man of the hour, Spidell, top side. Spidell! Are you serious?
It's like 7 goals, right? He's like 7'11". He's always open with his hands free. No, he's 6'3". Right now he must feel like 8 feet tall. It takes a shot after he scores. Putting on an absolute show on how to score the rock.
7 goals, 2 assists, for Spidell, as the lead now 15-7 for Harvard. Umansky jumps. And Marquette needs a little mojo coming their way now.
Yeah, this defense by Harvard's well rested, locked in. It's gonna be one goal at a time for Marquette to chip away at this.
So Brandt on the ball, guarded by DeKoning. Here comes Bear. Look inside, takes a deflection. Brandt fires wide.
Yeah, kind of a 1-4 look, slick feet on the inside. Just the second half, just a little bit off. Some good timely checks by Harvard inside.
Here comes Brandt. Working it to X. 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Feed up top, low to low, Bear.
Great patient set by Marquette. See the second time that Bear's been able to step down with his hands free.
Goal, his second of the game.
That's Westfall from behind. Skip pass, step into a seam, let it fly. Beats him down low. I see him pop. Nice job there. Just watch off ball, floating to space. Finds a seam, let it fly. Real good lacrosse by Jake Bear. Great feed by Westfall.
Bear out of the St. Paul's School in Maryland. His second of the game, fourth of the season. Westfall picks up a couple of assists.
Yeah, Westfall's known for his invertibility as a midfielder. You see his vision. Really good shooter as well. Came into this game with 8 goals on only 16 shots. The California native went to the Salisbury School.
Another violation with the face-off X. So we said, right, maybe you can get something going here if you're a Marquette at the end of this third quarter. Now is their chance. And here comes Bear. He's got the short stick matchup. Bear looks to feed with 4. They've got to get a shot off here. Spin, turn. That shot was, I don't know if that was going to be good, but great defense there by Harvard at the end of the quarter. But it has been terrific offense by the Crimson, especially number 4, Jack Spidell. A jack of all trades. Spidell with 7 to lead Harvard through 3 quarters. 15-8 Crimson. Who let the dogs out? Who? End of 3 here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
Welcome to Marquette. We're going to have first day in Welcome to Marquette.
When you arrive ready for something good, you'll leave connected to something greater. Marquette University.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Welcome back to the Varsity Media Sports Network. Thomas Gamba here with you on the sidelines of Chaminade High School. And it's not only a reunion today for Harvard head coach Jerry Byrne, it's also a homecoming for the whole entire second midfield line of the Crimson. You got number 5, Jackson Green, number 32, Jack Peterson, and number 55, Francisco Cortez, who are all natives of Long Island. When we spoke to Jerry Byrne earlier this week, he said they're not the most offensive group, but they do have their moments, and in the last 2 weeks, they sure have. Francisco Cortez had a crucial goal in the third quarter against Syracuse last week, and this week, Jackson Green scored a goal in the second quarter. So I guess their success this year has been because that strong island connection. Let's send it back to the booth with Dylan Butler and Brian Soper.
Thanks, Thomas. Appreciate that. And we start the fourth quarter with the wing play. We had wings at halftime. We had the wings involved here for Marquette as they get a crucial face-off win.
Yeah, great job by Slager, just picking up that GB. This is what they like to do, Marquette. Get it quick to that box side, get it to that alpha midi, and clear it up.
Marquette opened the season with back-to-back defeats to Michigan and Notre Dame. Then you go to Cleveland State. 9-7, they had a rally for that one.
Yeah, in the freezing cold.
Here comes Bear. The feed, Caputo, they work it to X. Spinning around the cage, and there's the finish and the foul. I think it was Brandt. Was it Brandt who circled the cage?
Yeah, that's where he operates, that GLE. Great job by Marquette.
His third of the game, scored by
And it was.
Taking that extra step upfield, gets a stick head up. It's a hat trick for Brandt.
And now the foul as well.
Goal's good. White 52, unnecessary. 1 minute, late hit. Third time on 1 minute, late hit.
So 1 minute man up on the headshot. Took Brandt a few minutes to shake that one off. And a big man up opportunity.
Yeah, Brandt's special. 6'3", 210. Physical lacrosse player.
So with the penalty, no face-off. As Westfall will start. This is 1 minute of a man up here for Marquette.
Yeah, just got to chip away, one goal at a time.
I mentioned the numbers earlier, 25% man up on the year. Caputo. Westfall.
Kind of like a sideways 3-3.
That was a low shot by Brandt.
Yeah, you got two guys inside, really looking for the ball, but also looking to seal the rotations for the Harvard man down group that likes to rotate. 5-man rotation.
That Westfall shot. That might be eaten in front.
Yeah, good save by Stevens, but you'll take that all day if you're Coach Byrne. Keep him on the perimeter. Let your keeper see it.
Caputo, a little hitch over the net.
Nailed the pylon.
He certainly did that. This is a skills competition. He'd win it right there.
We should bring that event, halftime.
We are even. Westfall, low shot.
Yeah, a couple of low saves, right, that Stevens gets with his legs. Be feeling those in the morning.
Here's Caputo again.
Ip on the ball. Treat him like a pole.
The question mark, that shot over the net by Caputo. And that's the thing about Ip. He's not hung up there. Like, he's legit a D-midi.
Byrne called him maybe the second best cover guy on the team, if not the best.
Here is Brandt, 3 on the day.
It's just so hard to get inside on this defense.
How about that matchup, man? That is 2 of our players to watch, right? Going right at it.
It's just so intimidating. They got 3 big lefties out there on defense, all over 6'2".
Oh, actually, that was DeKoning, not Jordan.
Ready to swing it. Michael Savadov been out there, 17. Has had a good game. Another pole for Harvard.
Tough feed. Caputo somehow came away with it.
Yeah, there's not much room in there. It's not for the faint of heart feeding that crease.
That's like trying to get down Jericho Turnpike at 5 o'clock on a weekday.
Or Chaminade at dismissal.
Yeah, you know that well. Here's Brandt, spins. Brandt, shot clock violation. So again, job well done by the Harvard D. Punt return clear by Guest.
Yeah, honorable mention, all Ivy, Owen Guest. His Brunswick team, when he was a senior, was number 2 in the country.
Yeah, always a powerhouse, that David Bruce coached team. Perry! Talk about navigating traffic.
Downhill, change of speed. You see the little hezzy to the S dodge for the finish. These midfielders for Harvard are so well coached. They're so deceptive. They change speeds. They can feed. They can shoot. Unk, right, gets a goal for Harvard. The senior, 5'9", 185 from Franklin, Mass. Finished up at Moses Brown.
Yeah, Uncle Andrew started as a freshman in Harvard's tournament game against Rutgers. And then that year miss you mentioned earlier with the double hip labrum surgery.
Yeah, Perry was a 2021 Under Armour All-American, highly touted, super skilled.
Pole on pole, and Jordan, did he win it? Did they get a timeout? Marquette got the timeout, so the possession stays with Marquette.
Timeout on the field.
These two teams met a year ago for the first time ever. We bring you back to Jordan Field for this one. It starts here. Here comes Jackson Henneman right down Mass Ave. 5-1 Harvard.
Yeah, Teddy Malone, right, one of his 33 on the year. This is Sam King. He only did this 100 plus times for the Crimson. Here he is, whack, 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 whack. He's playing checkers, others are playing chess. He says, King me. 2016 win for Marquette.
For Harvard. And
for Harvard.
King in that game reached 2 milestones. His 100th career goal, one of those 7 that he scored, and his 200th career point. What a stud he was for Harvard.
Yeah, finished with 131 goals, 241 points.
Well, if you're enjoying this broadcast, hey, listen, you could also book a sportscast here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Parents, coaches, and boosters, if you'd like to get coverage of your team of Varsity Media, contact us today to book a sportscast. Your team deserves the best coverage with the best announcers, any team, any level, including D1 schools. You can book by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net. So back to live action. Richard, good time out there because Jordan was hunting. Here comes Bear, look out, sees Park, Bear!
Yeah, he's not just a party starter today, he's been a party finisher. His hat trick for Bear. Right again, just a lot of space, no slide coming. Well-placed shot by Bear.
And once he saw that slide not coming, he's like, I'm taking my guy to the rack.
Yeah, good job, right, because he's a big body, kind of leans in on Jensen, gives himself a little bit of a better angle, right, to finish that shot. Nice job by the senior.
So Bears third. Came in with 2, so it's a 6-goal game. And it'll be Harvard ball. As you see the violation there by Slager.
Again, Umansky's just so big for this team, right? The will of this kid to get to 50%. That's going to be the key for Harvard, because when you get this offense possessions, it's scary.
Now the Strong Island guys back out. Green and Peterson. As Malone. Little hitch by Masnick. Spins, turns, elite stuff from Jared Masnick.
Just watch this two-man action right between Malone and Masnick. Just so slick. Catch, regroups himself, gets it to his right hand. Right, you see why Masnick was an all-world attackman. 17 points in South Korea. Super skilled. Great find by Malone. Again, Malone's the leading assist returner for Harvard. Great two-man action by Harvard.
And Teddy Malone, his second assist of the day, 2 and 2 for him. Masnick, his first goal of the game, third of the season. And now a great chance, I think, for Harvard here with 10 minutes left to really start to try to put the hammer down here on Marquette.
Yeah, Masnick's like that fun little chess piece for Coach Hutchinson, right? Moving him around, finding the right spots, attack midfield. Just an incredible skill set for the sophomore.
You got Oscar Wolison in as well, the sophomore, number 50 in on the midfield. Here he is. Diving in the crease. Flag though, what do we have? That'll be a crease violation, but the flag was thrown. It was Arndt who went airbound.
That was kind of like the same spot where he drew that feed, the winning goal against Syracuse. See it here on the screen. Instead of going to X, he drifts back.
You have the call? So a 30-second push. But I like one of the guys in the crowd there. He's like, well, how did he get there? Right? You're going to give him a crease violation, but he got pushed. It's like in hockey. I hate that one call that's you call embellishment, but then you also call the slash. Well, you can't have it both ways.
Kind of like a 2-3-1 look set up to start. Spidell's inside. He draws so much attention, it opens up for shooters.
You want a guy who could shoot it. There's Ip. Detweiler. They tried to skip past Detweiler with the INT.
Yeah, probably an Eagles fan. Doing his best. Was it Cooper DeJean?
I'm a Giants fan, so any Eagles reference is lost on me.
DeJean. Good job on the man down, right? Tried to skip it through.
Here comes Bear. He is such a tough cover when he's getting downhill. Brandt from X. Works a little two-man game there with Mullen. Mullen had a great start to this one. He's got 3. The feed across, looking for Rappis, intercepted.
Yeah, there just has not been. It's really tough to feed the crease if you're not drawing slides, and that's what the Harvard defense has been able to do is swing sticks inside.
Yeah, Savita had the takeaway. Switching to his left was Guest.
Yeah, Guest has 8 career goals, was looking for number 9 there.
This is the first road trip for Harvard.
Yeah, they got a few coming up, right? UNC, they'll play at Spalding. Michigan, they'll play in Texas. Coach Burns says, I like the events. I'm an events guy.
That one rings off the bar by Teddy Malone.
So two-handed, righty, lefty, flip a coin.
Cortez back in, a little push from behind. Look at the strength though by Cortez.
Yeah, that was Jaden Castillo, 6'3", 205, getting better every year.
So Harvard timeout, take it with them as well. 7:04 left. The Crimson with a 17-10 lead here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. And you mentioned it, so before the break, that's the upcoming schedule for Harvard, those events, as you mentioned. Then you kind of get into the teeth a little bit of, where you've got Penn, you've got Dartmouth, and always it's that Charles River rivalry against BU. That's always fun.
Yeah, I think it's important, right? Harvard, right? There's a lot of buzz around the program. There's alums all over the country. They're curious to see this version of the Harvard Crimson. And why not spread it out, spread the love.
And Marquette on the other side, they've got Mercer and Utah at home and Bellarmine, and then they get into their Big East slate. Another trip here to the area, taking on St. John's on April 4th before hosting Providence.
Yeah, this Marquette team, they're scrappy, they're tough, and they're skilled. Right, they're gonna be a handful. I think preseason they were 3rd ranked in the Big East. I would not be shocked, right, to see them fighting for the top spot.
Yeah, the Big East with Denver and Georgetown and Providence, all usually right there. Attempted pass by Masnick still comes away with it.
He's so skilled. British Columbia, Canadian.
Here comes Peterson. Trying to get it to Green. Look out to all those Chaminade guys in the sideline.
Yeah, they will. Look.
Here comes Green. The kick out. Shot clock violation. The window of opportunity opens, albeit a little slightly here from Marquette.
Yeah, got to start going fast. You know, if they're not going to slide, right, you're going to have to beat your one-on-one matchups if you're Marquette.
Marquette right on their season average, though, right now at 10 goals a game. Bear out of the box to Brandt.
Just love how Harvard's polls, their sticks are always out, really good approaches. Control the hands.
Yeah, Jerry Byrne, a great defensive mind. And it'll be Rappis on the restart. Rappis trying to get free. The kick up top to Brandt. Bear lost it. And it goes right in to the short stick, D-Midi stick. That is Finn Jensen.
Yeah, from St. Stephen's, St. Agnes. Was his high school's valedictorian.
Now it's Harvard going fast. As a shot by Malone is wide. Coming out of the box is Ip.
Yeah, man-to-man now by Marquette. Gonna have to start taking some chances.
by Dell in his office.
Logan Turley out there.
Oh, what a move, the spin and the finish. Come on now, Nathan Cobry.
Confidence rising for Cobry, just a sophomore. Watch him put on the brakes here. Whoop. Inside roll, textbook. Put it on the Instagram, put it on a reel. Young kids, that's how you stop on a dime. Roll inside, finish with the right. 18 and counting for Harvard.
Cobry's third. Now Harvard cooking with gas here.
You know, it's not easy to graduate 241 career points, but they were bringing back close to 65% of their offense from last year, and you can see it, right? This Crimson team offensively as confident as you can get.
And again, you go back to a week ago, right? The country buzzes over that win over Syracuse, the #1 ranked team in the country. But there was no helmets flying in the air afterwards. There was no storming of the field at Jordan Field. It was a very business-like approach. Like, yes, we are happy. Yes, it's a big win, but it's not our end point, right? It's still February. We want to get that big win come May, and the way they're playing, they might just get there. As Mac Moan, the finish in front.
Yeah, feeding the crease, right? Cortez. Shoreham Wading River product. There's an honorable mention All-American at Shoreham Wading River. Finds the crease to Moan. Mad Max on the crease, finishes it. Unselfish team. Coach Byrne and Hutchinson, gotta love the assisted goals today here at Chaminade.
Mac Moan, the sophomore out of Pittsburgh. It's not too bad, right? Get on the field, score a goal.
Easy game.
Face-off win for Harvard. That was Henneman that we just mentioned before.
Yeah, Cortez was part of that 2019 Shoreham Long Island Championship team.
Shoreham has produced some excellent players. You think about Xavier Arline, went down to Navy, and of course Chris Gray. But Cortez might be on that Mount Rushmore of Shoreham Wading River greatness.
Yeah, good soccer player as well in high school.
Computer to bear. 9-goal lead for Harvard. Bear gets GLE, the feed, and there you mentioned it before, right? You want to feed the crease, you're gonna pay with these long poles for Harvard.
Yeah, great job. I really think that Yost Recording's been tremendous, right, guarding the inside for Harvard.
Flags fly, a little physicality out there on that attempted clear, so we'll get see what the officials have here. Andrew Glinsky is in for Harvard. Got the call here.
That was on White, 16. Unnecessary roughness, 1 minute. Reset the shot clock to 80, please.
So 1 minute. Hit to the head, man up opportunity.
Yeah, let's see what they got, right? A lot of Canadian influence on this offensive side for Marquette. Offensive coordinator Smithstad has Marquette and Canadian roots. Oh, what a play, a little hockey. Sean Jordan.
Jordan picks it up off the carpet. Scored a big one against Syracuse. thing we're missing today, though, so we haven't had that pole goal.
That was a great job, right? A little hockey, right? Kind of chipped it up to himself. Anytime you could pad those man-down stats, I'm sure Coach Bird is happy.
Yeah, to that point, man down this year, Harvard, 70%. There's a broken stick on the field.
Yeah, Teddy Kim in at goalie for Harvard. Another win for Graham Stevens.
Yeah, we're going into the bench now for these two teams.
Yeah, this is Peterson, man. One of my favorite players to watch in high school the last 10 years. Just his speed is just. Coach Burns says he's probably the fastest guy on the Harvard team. He's one of the fastest guys I've seen on Long Island in a long time.
And by the way, that goal that he scored against Garden City, that was the 139th edition of the Woodstick Classic in 2023. It was on the road. It was at Garden City that Peterson walked it off for Manhasset.
Yeah, two-time state championship in Manhasset. What a team they had. Connor, Liam Connor, Cal Gerard, Matt Gargiulo.
Yeah, coached by our good friend Keith Cromwell. As we are now inside the final minute of this one. All Harvard here. It was a slow start, but a strong finish for the Crimson, as they will look to improve to 4-0. And I don't know, we'll see what other results happen. Do they move up? Maybe. They are number 4 in the country. And we have seen, Soap, the reason why in this performance.
Yeah, Coach Byrne mentioned ignoring the noise. Maybe the noise was a little loud in the beginning, right? They came out a little sluggish on the road, but they figured it out, right? That 2024 Harvard team started 6-0. All right, this Harvard team's for real, right? And they're going to be not only hard to deal with in the Ivy League, but the entire country is on notice.
So Harvard wins this one 19-10. We'll take a quick break and we'll speak to our player of the game when we return here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Welcome to Jordan Field, the heart of the Harvard lacrosse experience.
For the latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media.
Welcome to Marquette. We're going to head to Welcome to Marquette.
When you arrive ready for something good, you'll leave connected to something greater. Marquette University.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
It's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media SPORTSCAST today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age.
Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong,
and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
He's got room to go. Merrill towards the end zone. Lost his lid. Touchdown!
JJ Damo, face on, stay on athlete. Controlling the face-off. That's 3 in a row now.
Back at Gold Star Stadium, what a day for Harvard, and what a homecoming for Jack Spidell, our player of the game, joined on the field by our Thomas Gamba.
Thanks, Dylan. Joined by Jack Spidell after 7 2 assists here at Gold Star Stadium, a career high for you. What are the emotions after a performance like this?
I'm just really proud with my teammates. We had a great game. Kind of off to a slow start, but we came out humming after that, so we were really proud.
And does it make it any more special to do it here on Long Island? You're from St. Anthony. Chaminade, obviously a huge rival of yours. You've won games here at Gold Star Stadium, and to do it here on the college level, does that make it any more special?
I think having my family here from Long Island, super special and super thankful to have a ton of family come out to Long Island and come to this game, so I'm really thankful.
And you guys are 4-0 on the season. You beat #1 Syracuse last week. You defeat a tough Marquette team this week, and now you move on to Michigan in Texas next week. How do you guys keep this things rolling?
1-0 every week, focus on ourselves.
All right, thanks, Jack. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you very much.
Dylan Soper, back to you.
Yeah, great stuff from Spidell. I wonder what he had at Vincent's last night, because you're going to order that, right? Whatever that meal was, get that.
Yeah,
any lacrosse player out there.
Yeah, for sure, right? So, you know, seven goals, right? That's a lot of chicken parm, some pasta. We got some wings up here still from the Cornerstone. I mean, everything. This game had everything: high scoring, good defense, right? Some good goaltending, and just a great day for Long Island lacrosse. Great job by Chaminade hosting.
Yeah, Spidell, 7 goals, 2 assists, as Harvard wins this one 19-10. Hey, listen, our lacrosse coverage doesn't stop here, right? Look at these 2 games we've got for you next month. How about Culver and St. Anthony's? And then the one that you mark on your calendar every single year, Chaminade and St. Anthony's, a rivalry renewed. So that's just the start of our broadcast schedule. You want to stay tuned, check out our socials, hit that subscribe button when you get a chance. And we've got a lot of games. It'll be a very, very busy spring for us on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Yeah, the stands were packed, right? Those games, a lot of future Crimson, a lot of future Marquette Golden Eagles as well. Just lacrosse aplenty coming up March and April.
But what a game it was here at Gold Star Stadium as Harvard took their undefeated record on the road here to take on Marquette. But Marquette got things started with a bear of a goal. But then we saw a whole lot of number 4 in white. Jack Spidell with the finish. Also a lot of Carson Brandt for Marquette. They went back and forth, but ultimately it was Harvard that pulled away thanks to Spy Dell. 7 goals on the day as Harvard wins this one, 19-10. What a day for the Crimson. For executive producer Ben Turchin, our technical director Chris Sweeney, for Tony Damaso, Jeff Damo, and Kevin Catalanato, bring you all those great moving images. For our sideline reporter Thomas Gamba and my broadcast partner Brian Soper. Thank you so much for joining us on the Varsity Media Sports Network, and we look forward to seeing you next time.